Hello everyone and welcome to Thomas Jefferson High School. I'm Michael Shea along with Mary Hynes. It's the first round of the Conference 13 softball tournament. You know, Mary, Thomas Jefferson is in Fairfax County.
Right.
But Arlington has so many ties to it that it kind of feels like an in-county rivalry game.
I think that's right. And, you know, when you look at the coaches, that's even more true. Wakefield's head coach used to be the assistant coach at Jefferson, and our assistant coach used to be a head coach at Wakefield. So we've got a lot of connections and ties.
Connections. And so the coach coming in tonight for Wakefield is going to know the other team pretty well.
I think that's right, because he was just here last year. So I bet these seniors know him well.
And the other impressive thing here is that we're in the middle of AP exams. We're in the middle of a lot of pressures of high school. But the student athletes on both sides tonight are coming out and just performing excellently.
Right. Well, and you think about it, it's a great way to finish your year, even as you're doing all the academics, to come out and use your body and do your very best for your school. What a great way to finish up a year.
It is. Well, it's time to play softball. Thomas Jefferson and Wakefield.
Game on.
Welcome to tonight's game.
It's great to be here tonight, isn't it?
It is. This is Wendy LeBolt.
And Mary Hynes.
Mary Hynes. Hi, Mary. Welcome.
Thanks, Wendy. It's great to be here.
We have the Colonials from Thomas Jefferson in white, who will take the field first, and they're the home team tonight, playing the
Wakefield Warriors from Arlington. Yeah.
There you go. The Wakefield Warriors in the dark. And they will be first at bat. These two teams, we're looking at a good match, I think, tonight. They should be very tight. They finished the season third and fourth, I believe, in the conference.
I think that's right.
And the last time they played each other, it was a very close game. Jefferson prevailed 8-7.
Right.
And you don't get any tighter than that.
No, it's very true. A well-matched teams make for a great game. And, of course, it's the first round, so whoever makes it through tonight will move on, so high stakes for the young ladies.
Absolutely, and whoever doesn't win the game?
Back to school.
Back to school.
Number 8, Marissa DeFranco.
First up, then, for Wakefield is Marissa DeFranco.
Houston!
And we're ready for the first pitch. And it's a called ball. To see the scoreboard out there, it's very difficult. And she looked as a call strike, so we're 1-1. Always good to make that pitcher come in with the first strike before you swing.
Exactly. Little conference with the third base coach.
Already.
Yeah.
Has some words. Maybe he's seen something that he needs to tell her.
Yep.
Okay, 1-1. Here we go. And the strike two. So now she's behind in the count. She's going to have to protect that plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here comes ball.
Yeah, low and outside. So it goes to 2-2. Diana Zavella, hope to get her going for a bad pitch.
Exactly.
She wasn't having any of that.
All right, there we
and
go.
Pops it right to the second baseman.
All right.
Now batting the second baseman, number 3, Madeline Wood.
Madeline Wood up next for Wakefield.
Clean that plate
that put
off.
out it for TJ by the second baseman on Smith, who I think was second conference.
I think that's right.
So she's good with her defensive play. And it's a call, a little bit high maybe.
Oh,
and
a
bunts,
bunt.
a very nice ball where she
Nicely
deadens it
done.
right in front of the plate. The throw totally not in time. She races out, and that's one of the things that I've heard about this team is they've got some very fast runners at the beginning of their lineup. Always good to get that first runner on.
It is. It is. And I think I heard they've had a lot of practice bunting, that there's a technique here at play that one of the coaches uses.
And maybe shared, because the head coach of one team was the assistant of the other
Yeah.
team last year. Oops,
Yep.
she's stunning. It's a delayed steal, and the ball goes over second base. But nicely backed up by the center fielder.
All right, our runner's on second now. We got one down, right?
We are one out, one strike here.
Electron.
Yep, that pop to second was our first out, and the second runner with the surprise bunt.
Yes. Whoa.
Oh, and a nice poke right to the left fielder, though, who makes a nice catch.
Uh-oh.
And she tags at second, and she is safe at third.
Safe. All right. Runners on third base now.
Okay, an aggressive running play
Yep.
to start things off from Wakefield.
In fact, that outfielder threw it right across the path.
Yep, nice throw, nice play, nice tag, and nice running.
Houston.
That's good softball.
Yep. So who's our batter?
Okay, up next for Wakefield, Kyla Bankhead in the cleanup spot. And a called strike on the first pitch. Isabella's not afraid of the cleanup hitter.
Nope.
She looks like she means business out there, though.
She does. Looks like a powerful spark plug.
And she pops it in the direction of that second baseman, who makes the third out of the inning.
Go.
So Isabella escapes with no runs.
Whoa.
And the first pitch is attempted as a slap bunt, and she swings through it for the first strike. And that's what we expected to see for TJ. So we have no runs for Wakefield in the first inning.
Oh.
And she attempts again and fouls for strike two.
Never seen anybody bunt quite like that. Just drop the bat and go.
Yeah, they call it a slap bunt, I guess. And this is on Smith, the second baseman who made two putouts in the first inning.
Yeah. Okay.
And is swinging it away and drops it in over the second baseman for the first hit of the inning. So she's on first base. So
Shortstop, number 6, Jessie Hynes.
So that worked pretty well. She
That
drew
sure
the
did.
infield in because they thought she would bunt, and she
Yep.
popped it over into the open space. So Jessie Hynes is up next. Senior number 6. And she's trying the same thing.
Wow.
This is what you do with a good pitcher, I guess.
I guess that's right.
Just get on.
And Marissa DeFranco has a great record here. Has pitched in all 14 games this season.
And she didn't
She's
offer at it, but it's
leaving
a
out of the
called
box,
strike. So
right?
she's
If
ahead in
you
the count again.
Come out of the box. Is it a strike, I guess?
It was a called strike.
Ah.
And she gets the ball down, and it's a beautiful bunt. The throw is too late. So runners on at first and second. So this technique has worked for Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
Third baseman, number 2, Kaylee Vance.
Next up, Kaylee Vance, the third baseman for TJ. That's not surprising that Coach Rayback for the Colonials is trying this technique.
Yep.
They knew he would.
Oops. Yep.
And that's going to be 0-1 in that first pitch. And it's
Oh,
right to
nice.
the shortstop who thinks
Oh.
twice, double pumps,
Okay,
and
they
gets
got her
the
at
lead
third
runner
base.
at third. Yep.
That's a decision, isn't it? Which way do you throw?
That is a decision. Now with no outs, you got to remember where you're going to throw, and she
Yep.
double pumped to first because she forgot that the easy play was at third.
Yep.
But they got him at third, so that worked.
So we got runners on first and second now.
And one out, and a pop right to the first baseman. And the runners wisely get back.
Yep. So we got 2 down and runners on first and second.
Okay, number 7, Jessica Guo is up next. She's the first baseman for the Colonials. And 2 outs, 2 on. And it's low and inside. The runners aren't going anywhere. You can see why this pitcher has been tough.
Yeah.
And grounded back to the pitcher. Takes a funny hop, but it's no problem. And that's
There
the
we
third
go.
out.
End of the first inning.
Bottom of the first inning is nothing to nothing.
Nothing to nothing.
And the first pitch is taken for a ball, a little bit in the dirt, blocked by the catcher. So first up is Jada Clark, number 9,
Let the legs do the work.
for Wakefield. And it's poked, but signaled foul. She's a little behind on that one, but it looks like she was trying to go the opposite field,
Yep.
and that would work for her.
It was a nice, powerful swing.
It sure was.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
And so it count is 1-1. Here we are in the top of the second inning. We knew it would be a tight game.
Yes, indeed. And they're both employing that technique, that bunt technique a little bit, so it's interesting to watch that.
And the ball is high for the second ball. Yeah, that it is interesting. People don't realize that there's a mentality to the game as well as a physicality.
Right. A lot of strategy, actually. It always feels slow, but oh my, they're thinking all the
And
time.
that looks
Where
like
do
a
you
called
throw?
strike.
How do you hit it? Can you place it in the hole? We got a nice gap right there if somebody could hit through.
That's right. If the pitch is easy enough to get a hold of, if you could guide it, that
Yep.
would be nice.
Yeah.
And it swings for strike 3. Down she goes, and up next,
Center fielder, number 21, Kayla Shackelford.
number 21, Kayla Shackelford, the center fielder for Wakefield. So we have 1 out. A lot of chatter from the bench.
Whoa.
And swings on the first
beautiful
one.
hit.
So quickly past the third baseman. That's why they
Wow.
call that the hot box. Couldn't even get her glove up quickly enough. Sanaa El-Khalibe up next, number 5.
You know, one of the things I love about the Wakefield team is kids come from everywhere, and you know,
It's the United Nations out there.
It is.
That's terrific. I saw them enjoying each other's company before the game out
Yep.
here.
A team is a team, right?
It's supposed to be. Oh,
Oh,
just a little check swing for a strike.
or did you think it was a bunt?
We can't be sure, can we? It's worked before. I don't know the signs, so I can't steal them.
No.
And it was a bunt on that one. She lays it down. You're right. Oh, and the runner's advancing, going to third, but she is tagged to be out at third base.
End of this go round.
That was
3
a
outs,
quick inning.
Quick, yeah.
And she swings through the first one for a strike. Up at bat, number 15, Holly Frank, the designated player. She's looking to her coach for the signal. Do you suppose she's bunting? We're going to guess that all night.
Well, we are. Nope.
Oh, she's
That was a
swinging.
swing.
The second strike.
You know,
This
the
is-
thing about softball that's so amazing is those girls stand there and then all of a sudden they just whip that ball. And this gal, Marissa DeFranco, she can really do it.
She can. Whoa, and that one that whipped past the catcher.
It got away.
That's the thing that we sometimes don't appreciate is a pitcher like that is great, but the catcher is the one who makes them.
It's a team. It's definitely tons of teamwork, and you think about that ball hitting that catcher's hand over and over and over.
But it's a difficult task.
Yeah. Oh,
And
strike
three. So she has the strike zone figured out.
Yep.
Batting the center fielder, number 5, Lauren Berry.
So number 5, Lauren Berry up, the center fielder. So 1 out for the Colonials in the bottom of the second. And foul for strike 1. Trying to get around on Marissa.
Well, athletics is a family affair for the DeFrancos. Dad's the assistant coach. Mom's the head of athletics for the Arlington County.
Oh, and she runs out. The ball was kept on the infield nicely by the second baseman, but they couldn't get the runner.
12, Maya Parker.
Maya Parker are up next. So it's a family affair for that family. It
yeah,
sure
I think
is.
There's a brother who's also an athlete, so
That doesn't surprise me.
no.
Something about growing up with it just gets under your skin. Oh, and inside. And the runner at first is tempting the catcher to throw. That's all part of the game, too, that sort of gamesmanship.
Exactly.
Go ahead, give it a try. Okay, so 1 ball and no strikes here. And a swing through on that second one. DeFranco put a little extra on that one. You could hear a little grunt.
Yep. She's got a nice set of pitches, we've heard. You know, everything from a screwball to a regular fastball. So confusing the batters.
Yeah, you don't think of softball as having a mixture of pitches.
No, it's you really don't.
It's not just the major leaguers who can throw different pitches. And she swings through for strike 3, and the throw down at first does not get the runner coming back. A quick throw by the
Okay, so we're 2 outs now.
catcher. Yes, we are.
Coach has given a few tips here.
Last minute tips. Who do we have up here?
Let's see. I think it's Marie Jones. Number 10? Yep.
Number 10,
Left fielder.
left fielder. Thank you. I can tell you're a person of detail since you've been on the board of supervisors. Is that what you said?
Yep. Almost. Oh, nice. Ooh. Okay, tag it up. Oh.
And she's barely out
She
at
got
first.
her. All right.
I can see you're cheering for every play.
It's so true. I'm a partisan. What can I say?
Now batting the third baseman, number 1, Lydia Dunbar.
And she takes the first one for a ball.
And we're starting the top of the third inning. Wendy LeBolt still here with,
Chris Gustaferro.
there we go. You excited to be here?
Oh yeah, definitely. And there's the bunt. Can she get there in time? No. That'll be the first out for the inning.
Just caught her. So
Definitely
still
been a
trying
lot.
that slap bunt.
Yep. There's been a lot of bunting going on in this game.
That seems to have been effective, but when they figure out and call it, then
Yep.
they can catch them. But see how tight the infield's playing.
Yep. And there's a foul tip from number 11,
Olivia Cicada.
Olivia Cicada.
Mm-hmm. She looked like she was going to bunt too.
Yep. She goes for the bunt again, and there's another foul tip. 0-2 with 1 out in the inning.
Singularity.
Here comes another one. And
She offered with her body, but not with her bat, so I guess that's a called ball.
Electron.
So we're
Here's the pitch.
and pops it up.
And it is caught for the first out of the inning.
Nicely played.
Pardon me, second out of the inning.
Second out of the inning, nicely played by the third baseman.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Okay, up next.
Up next is the pitcher, number 8.
Tree.
Here's the pitch, and she
And
bunts.
she bunts.
Is running the first, and
Boy, she's
she'll
fast.
get there in time.
Yeah,
she
she's
definitely
safe.
is fast. With 2 outs in the inning, Wakefield has 1 runner on base.
Okay,
And
Madeline Woods up next.
Yep.
AJ she was not batting, and my mistake, that looked like the opposing pitcher who was. And there she is running to second, and she's going to get in there safely.
time.
She's obviously a spark plug for this team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not only can she pitch, but she can hit and run the bases.
Yep. Versatile player. Always important to have. All right.
So back to the batter.
Here's the pitch. And looked like she was going to go again, but decided not to.
And that was good because it was called ball.
Yep. Okay, we got 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, no score. Here's the pitch. Oh, there she goes. Can't she get there in time? Oh, it goes past the third baseman.
The third baseman didn't see the run and was on, so she was actually behind the base runner.
Yep.
Not the third baseman, the shortstop is having to cover because the third baseman was holding tight for the bunt. Interesting how this works.
Yep.
Our base
Now-
runner knew that.
Now, if a runner in scoring position, if the Warriors can get in the outfield here, they might just score.
It's true. Do we have 2 outs? We have 2 outs.
Yep.
So it's going to take a hit.
And she walks
She
her.
walks her. Okay.
Now with 2 runners on base. Let's see if number 2, Taylor White, can drive them in, or at least one of them in.
Houston.
She's taking her time coming up there, making the
Yep.
pitcher think about it.
Yep, it's definitely a mental side of the game. Here's the pitch, and she'll take that for a ball, and she
There's
goes
a
for a base. She steals the
interesting
base.
pitch out.
Yep.
Yep, thought they might be able to catch the runner coming from third by throwing to the shortstop, but
Yep.
she was too smart for that.
Now with 2 runners in scoring position, the Warriors can take a 2-0 lead here. They can get it. One in the outfield.
And it gets away from the catcher,
and they are
and
going to take a 1-0 lead.
they are.
With a wild pitch that deflected off the catcher, but the Warriors take a 1-0 lead.
Okay. And we know that it was a 1-run game between these 2 teams last time, so they're going to battle for every run.
Yep, these are definitely 2 good teams.
So Wakefield goes up by 1 run. Still has a runner at third.
Yep. Here's the pitch. That's for ball 1. Pardon me, ball 2.
The first one was the ball that got past the catcher.
Oh yeah.
We had a lot of play between then, so.
Yeah.
So runner on third here. She'd like to get her home, wouldn't she?
Yep.
And another ball.
And that is ball number 3. No, wait, pardon me, that's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1-0 lead for the Warriors. There's the pitch. And there's a
And it's
hit.
right to
and
the
they
shortstop.
will
Can she
drive
get
in.
her? Oh, ouch. And the first.
Ooh, she was
Yep.
was running to first and she got knocked in the head, but the Warriors still got a run in to make it 2-0.
She'll take that, I think, huh?
Yep, she'll take that for her team, definitely.
And that's why the base runners and as well as the hitters run with a helmet. That was nice to have her head protected.
Yep.
So much conversation about concussions these days. We don't want to mess around.
Definitely. I'm a hockey player, so you're always kind of familiar with those discussions.
Yep.
But any sport, it can happen.
That's true. And it wasn't that long ago in hockey they didn't even play with helmets.
Now batting
Yep.
number 17, Kayla Bankhead.
So Kayla
All right.
Bankhead up here for the Warriors. She goes from first.
Oh, another steal, and that
And
is not
gets
in
by her.
time. It goes past the second baseman.
The ball was tailing away. Kind of a tough player for that shortstop who's covering to make.
Yep. And the Warriors have yet another runner in scoring position. Let's see if number 17, Kayla Bankhead, can bring her in.
That's what I was putting that.
There's the pitch. Oh, looked like she was going to go, but decided not to. Whoops.
And they're giving that runner a lot of space over there.
Yep. Giving her a long leash.
She's playing a little with the catcher. She knows that an error might be a possibility. Called ball and
Oh.
And it works for her.
They thought she was going to go back, but as she started to throw back the ball, she went to third.
And that's what they teach the catcher, to run the ball back at the batter, make her go back, commit to go back to the base, which she thought she had. When
Yep.
she pitched it, hit it to the pitcher, sent it to the pitcher, and she moved on to third. And there's a strike.
There's a strike. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Still 2 outs here in the inning for the Colonials, but the Warriors have a 2-0 lead on them. Here's the windup and the pitch. And there's a hit.
To the shortstop,
The
and she
shortstop
makes that
into
play.
the first baseman, and that's the inning. 2-0 for the Warriors after 3.
And she fouls the first one.
That was a
Is the play
foul.
made?
That was a foul tip. The Warrior infielder tried to catch it, but it fell right out of her glove.
The third baseman, yet couldn't quite catch up to it. That was
Yep.
tricky. They thought she was going to bunt, and she swung away.
Yep.
The infield is in, so that's a nice strategic play.
There was the pitch. He will take that for a ball. That'll make it 1 ball, 1 strike, 0 outs. 2-0 lead for the Warriors, but it's the bottom of the third, so the Colonials can gain some ground here.
But we've got a question as to whether she offered at that pitch. The pitcher is asking the umpire, and she wants her to consult the first base umpire, but he's not having that. So we're at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yep. There's the pitch. She decided not to bunt there, making it 2 balls and 1 strike, no outs.
Look how far she's choked up on that bat.
Whoa.
And she's swinging, comes back at us.
There's another foul tip to make it 2 strikes.
So Marissa DeFranco doesn't look like she's slowing down any.
Yep.
Now the batter's not choked up anymore. Looks like she may be swinging away.
Here's the pitch.
And she isn't.
And
She's
she finally
batting
gets
again.
the bunt away, but it's picked up by the...
And thrown
she
away.
missed.
She's trying for
The
second.
first baseman fished the
And
pitch.
there's-
She's rounding
And
second.
it's all the way
going-
out into
and she's
right field,
gonna-
so she's made it all the way to third base.
Wow.
That was quite a bunt.
It looked like a simple play for the Warriors, but an error occurred, and number 1, and Smith made it all the way to third for a triple. Don't see many of those out of bunts.
A 3-base bunt. So next up here,
Up next for the Colonials is number 6, Jessie Heiss. See if she can drive her teammate in. Infield in. It's the pitch. She'll take a strike.
it's a called strike, and she's looks like she's trying that slap bunt technique from the left-hand side that we've seen.
Yep.
And the pitch
She
inside,
tries
and
the bunt, but it's a foul tip, making no balls, 2 strikes, 0 outs. 2-0 for the Warriors, but the Colonials got a scorer. A runner in scoring position.
And she pops
that's
it.
tipped up, and it's caught by number 1, Lindy and Dunbar, to get the Warriors their first out of the inning.
Nice play by the third baseman to be ready to field it. So 1 out and still that runner on third.
Up next is the third baseman, number 2, Kaylee Vance for the Colonials. And she pops that up, and it's caught by the pitcher to make it 1 out and a double play.
Not sure what happened on that one.
Yep.
I think we're done.
And she gets that in for a foul tip to make it 1 strike.
Jada Clark up for Wakefield Warriors.
Number 9, Jada Clark, is batting for the Warriors. And there's the pitch.
And she
and
gets
she's
it
going to
batted.
take that for a bunt. Can she get there in time?
And
Nope,
she's out.
she's called out, making it the first out for the Colonials here at the top of the 4th.
So Shackelford's up next, the center fielder. So we've got 1 out for the Warriors here. But they're up 2-0, so sitting on 2 runs.
Here's the pitch, and she'll take that for a strike.
Looked a little inside from here, but it's called strike, so therefore it's a strike. Isabella's happy about that, the pitcher for the Colonials.
And she swings and she misses to make it 2 strikes for the Colonials with 1 out.
Look how deep the Colonials second baseman is playing.
Yep.
They don't think she's bunting, and she's not.
Yep. And she strikes out to make it 2 outs for the Warriors. Pardon me, the Colonials.
So Sanaa El-Khalibi, number 5.
Now Akalibe is batting next for the Warriors. She'll take her first pitch for a ball. And there's the pitch. She hits it right to the shortstop, and that's the end of the
Easy
inning.
inning. Much easier inning for her this time. The first pitch is inside low to Allie Rao, number 22, the catcher for the Colonials.
Pitch, and she hits it for a hit.
There you go, through for the second base. She rounds first yet.
Now at the first baseman, number 7,
And the
Jessica
Colonials have a
Guo.
runner on base. Next up is
Jessica Guo.
Next up is Jessica Guo from Colonials.
And they've got one at first, and that's their first opportunity to fight their way back.
And there's a hit.
And
it gets
between
past
first and
5.
second, they're quickly up and throw
Gonna
to
go
third.
There. Can she get there in time? No, she's out.
And she's
Oh,
out,
can
but
we
the
get
runner
there in
advances,
time?
and she's safe. So a lot of aggressive base running from the Colonials. Trying to stretch that that single to all the way to third. The batter ends up at second. So 1 out and 1 at second. And who's up here? Holly Frank. And she's bunting.
Can she?
And she's
That'll
out
be
at
a
first, but
sacrifice,
she's,
so
yep.
her teammate can get to third,
That's
and
it.
she is in scoring position.
Batting center fielder, number 5, Lauren Berry.
So well done, number 15, getting the bunt down quickly.
Let's see if number 5, Lauren Berry, can drive her home.
Lauren got on last time. I'm sure she'd like to repeat that. She was remembering that, swinging right through that one.
Yep. That is strike one with 2 outs here in the inning. Bottom of the 4th.
DeFranco's focused and coming.
She'll take that for a foul tip. 2 strikes and 2 outs.
She's tough to figure out. She's got a couple of different pitches, so you can't just swing away at the fastball. That ball is moving on those hitters.
I find that amazing how they're able to predict what they're going to pitch. And
Grounded to second. There it is. So the run doesn't score.
there's ball 1. Batting now for the Warriors is number 1, Lydia Dunbar. And she'll take that as strike 1.
She looked like she was thinking about butting that one.
Yep. Seen a lot of bunting in this game.
It's been effective.
Yep, definitely. And she'll hit that, and
she places it. Makes the shortstop field the ball because the second baseman was deep, and she's safe at first.
Yep, that's definitely a good hit right there. And she's on first base because of it.
Smart play. This girl's coming from the left-hand side to do these slap bunts. I guess that's the technique.
Yep.
Hit for power from one side and slap from the other. Number 11, Olivia Ciccato.
Yep.
Looks at a strike.
Here's the pitch, and that will be a foul tip. No
Looks like she
balls.
thought twice about that and decided at the end to swing at it.
Yep.
Okay. She's behind in the count.
Yep. And she hits that right to the third baseman, and that is the first out of the inning.
Short hopped and nicely played by that third baseman.
But the Warriors still have a runner at scoring position.
Here's DeFranco again, who caused the trouble to start the inning last time.
Yep, let's see what she can do this time. Taking her time before entering the batter's box, and she's ready.
Good eye batter.
Dunbar there had a big lead, but decided not to go.
Shades of that last play where the catcher went out to run her down.
Yep.
But she's not going this time because she knows she's got to hit her at bat. Oh. Called strike on that one. So 1-1.
One ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Still 2-0 for the Warriors. Trying to add on to it here at the bottom of the 5th. I mean the top of the 5th, pardon me.
And called the ball. Little disagreement that came from the Wakefield bench there.
Yep. Always encouraging your teammates. That's part of being a teammate. Here's the pitch. And that
Popped up on the infield. Third baseman trying, touched it in.
Yep.
I hope she's okay.
Oh, she doesn't look too good.
The ball was touched in play, but play is stopped. She missed the ball, and it looked like her may have hit her on the head.
Yeah.
And she's moving, and yet looks like she's got a knot on her head, but
yeah.
she's moving, and that's good to see.
Yep. Never want to see a player down. You're always scared for them, but she's definitely taking her time, holding her head.
She stands up.
Yep. And looks like she's going to go back out and play. She definitely made a valiant effort to get that ball.
And I'm
The second baseman, number 3, Madeline Wood.
And I'm wondering if they're going to have somebody take a look at her, because sometimes when you get hit in the head, you're not so clear on whether you should continue to play.
Yep.
So the umpires are going to come and talk with her. She's shaking her head. She wants to stay in, of course.
Yeah, it's always the tough part for a player. You want to stay in the game, but you have others that are telling you you can't, but you ultimately got to decide what's best for you and your health for the future. But it looks like she's going to stay in. I'm sure they're going to keep a close eye on her.
That's why in soccer and hockey these days we have concussion tests, and the players are required to come off and pass a concussion test before they can come back in.
Yep, they always tell us, when in doubt, stay out.
All right, well, we've got the batter in. It looks like we're going to continue.
Take that for a ball. Still one out here.
And this is Maddie Wood, the second baseman for Wakefield.
And she'll bunt
She
it,
gets the bunt down.
And the Warriors are going to get another run.
The runner scores, and it is safe at first. Oh, and they're caught looking.
Oh, and they get another
and
run.
The Warriors actively running the bases.
Yep.
So the put out at second, but the runner scores from third.
They're winning the mental game. The Colonials think they're safe, and then the Warriors take advantage of that. That's smart playing like that.
So out, cleared the bases, but 2 more runs for Wakefield. So 4-0 for the visiting Warriors.
Yep. And we have number 2, Taylor White, the catcher for Wakefield, at that now. And she
and a
drives
nice line
that
drive out to left field.
Oh.
That gets past the second baseman, and she stretches it to a double. So had they not done the base running they'd done last time, that would have driven them home anyway.
Yep.
Now batting the first baseman, number 9, double check that. Now batting the shortstop, number 17, Taylor.
Kind of nice to see the players swinging away rather than bunting. It makes the game more fun for me.
Oh yeah, definitely. While bunting is always a good strategy, it's always good to get it out there in the outfield.
The bench encouraging their teammate. She fouls it back by us. So 1 ball, 1 strike on 17 Bankhead. So we're in the top of the 5th here.
Here comes the pitch. Oh, she's stealing, and she jumped, and she goes to third.
And same play as before.
Yeah.
She ran it out there, but she didn't get the player to commit going all the way back to second base. So if I'm the coach, I tell her to run all the way out to that player and force her to go back. She does not need to throw the ball to the pitcher.
Yep. The Warriors got a start. Oh,
now a poke over shortstop, and that's going to fall in. Another run home for the Warriors.
It is. Yep. It is now 5-0 for the Warriors here at the top of the 5th inning. So the Colonials still had 2 outs. They have yet to execute the final one.
So a runner here on first. Wakefield wants to keep this going. Up. Swings through the pitch.
That's strike 1. No.
Catcher trying to keep her tight over at first base. Coach is actively conversing in signals with the runner and the batter. And the hit and run was on. The hitter was swinging, and the runner was going, and it's fouled.
Yep.
So Jada Clark, number 9 here. 2 strikes on her, so she's behind. Got to protect that plate. And it's low, a nice block from the catcher, but she didn't have any chance on the runner.
Yep. And the Warriors get another base steal. Another runner at scoring position, trying to take a 6-0 lead here at the top of the 5th.
There's a lot of distance between second base and home plate. Don't give him an extra run yet.
Yep, that's true.
Another nice.
She's going to go for it, and The tag is not in time.
And a nice throw, but the third baseman is far enough from the bag that she can't whirl and throw.
Yep, and she gets a pat on. And she gets a pat on the head from her coach for such solid running.
So they're taking advantage of every opportunity.
Yep. Here's the pitch. And that is
Called
a
a strike
strike to end
three.
the inning.
She shakes her head.
And the first pitch will be taken for a ball. 5-0 here at the bottom of the fifth for the Warriors. Colonials are trying to rally here.
5 runs down, they better get something started.
And that is strike one with some heat.
Yeah, the Wakefield pitcher, DeFranco's still looking strong.
And number 12 here, Maya Parker's trying to start here. And that is a foul right
Batted
there.
foul.
For 2 strikes.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And with 2 strikes on her, if she bunts it foul, that's the 3rd strike, so she has to be careful with that, since we've seen a lot of bunting today.
Yep. Here's the pitch.
And she's
and
swinging.
she hits it, goes right to the second baseman, and that's the
And
first
an
out.
easy play for the Warriors for the first out.
Now batting for left field, number 10, Marie Jones.
Next, number 10, Marie Jones, the left fielder. Getting some instruction from her coach, and she's ready to bat.
And popped up to the pitcher. Easy play for her.
Yep. 2 outs here for the Warriors.
Now batting second baseman, number 1, on Smith.
Next up for the Colonials is number 1, on Smith. Hopefully she can get on base and get something started here for the Colonials.
It's getting late for them.
Yep. Pitch and
And what an interesting technique. A running one-handed bunt.
never seen that done.
Neither have I. That's my first time.
Yep.
She's obviously a very talented athletic player.
Yep.
But that just goes as a strike.
Yep.
She's choked up again.
And she
She
goes
lays
for
it
the
down.
bunt. Can she get there in time?
And she's out. So that's 3 outs.
That is a 1-2-3 for the Warriors, who still have a 5-0 lead heading to the top of the 6th.
And
there's
that's the
the
first
hit.
one. To the shortstop, and a nice play by the first baseman to bring it down. First out.
Yep.
Now batting left field, number 5, Sanaa Alkalile. Houston.
So Alkalile is up.
Yep. And after some delaying, she's back in there.
And the pitch is high. The Warriors are making a lot of noise from the bench. They've had a lot to cheer about.
I'm not sure if that's their fans or their bench, or probably both. Most likely both. But they're definitely passionate.
Whip it, whip it. Whip it.
So 1 strike and 1 ball. And a
And
called
she'll-
strike.
And it's 1 ball.
Up there at the letters are higher, so he's got kind of a high strike zone here. He's at least calling it consistently for both teams.
Yep. And there's
Popped and
it-
caught
Oh,
by the second baseman, who
looked
came
like-
up smiling, so that's always good to see.
it looked like she juggled it, but she caught it with her bare hand to make sure it didn't hit the ground. That's an impressive play right there. But
That's why you get good 2 hands.
yep.
And I hope these girls don't have to do their own laundry. No, from the left-hand side.
Lydia
Is this
Dunbar.
Dunbar?
Number 1.
And they think she's going to bunt. First and third base are in.
Yep.
That takes some courage to play that close to a batter who may swing.
Yep.
And that one's high.
And that is 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here for the Colonials. Top of the 6th. And
She takes that one for the third ball.
yep.
Got away from the catcher briefly. Maybe hit her non-glove hand there.
Yep.
A lot of little knocks going on out there. So 3 balls and no strikes. Zavella needs to come in with it.
And
She
she
takes ball
walks
4.
her.
Now batting the designated player number 11, Olivia Sacato.
Here's Olivia Sacato, number 11, for the Warriors. Batting now.
A lot of them coming, batting from the left-hand side. And she bets the bunt down. And she gets the sure out at first.
Yep, that's 3 outs.
And she gets the third out at first. And we're done. And Hynes offers it the first one, which
Yep.
is a quick one.
Here for the Colonials, number 6, Jessie Hynes, trying to get her team back into the game here at the bottom of the 6th. They're down 5-0.
And that one's, yep, that one's high, and he called the ball 1-1. Jessie Hynes is a senior here. Her mom is working in the snack bar downstairs, and her dad is an assistant coach. So this is the last game, if they don't pull it out here for the Colonials, for that family.
It's always tough when you're a senior. You know, when you get into the playoffs, you never know when your final game is, but
Gives
I'm
you
sure
more
she's
motivation.
Yep, I'm sure she's going to play hard.
So she's got a lot on the line.
Yep.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And she
And-
pops that up right to the pitcher.
Didn't quite get it down. It's not as easy as it
Now
looks.
batting third baseman number 2, Kaylee Van.
Good sportsmanship from that young lady, picking up her bat and high-fiving the next hitter.
Up next is Kaylee Vance, who was in the head with the ball earlier in the game, but it looks like she's fine enough to bat.
They're batting from the left-hand side.
Yep.
Always surprised when I don't see ponytails on these players. Up, third base line. Third baseman catches the foul ball for the out, so 2 outs.
Now batting the catcher number 22, Allison Roush.
Next up is Alison Roush, number 22 for the Colonials. She was a freshman.
First one's a ball. So Roush has had a lot of work to do
Yep.
catching today.
Oh yeah, definitely. And she will take that for a ball, making it 2 balls and no strikes, 2 outs here.
That's a good eye, and she looks down to her coach for the signal. Want to slow down this pitcher a little bit. And pokes
she
a
hit
nice
that
one
deep.
over the
Oh, it
left
goes
fielder's
over.
head. She's turning for second. It's all the way to the fence.
And
All the way to, oops, she's going to stop at second with them down 5 runs. She's not going to take a chance to make that out.
that was the best hit of the night for the Colonials.
Absolutely got good metal on that ball.
Number 7, Jessica Wall.
All right,
Next up
Jessica
is
Guo.
Next up is Jessica Guo, number 7 for the Colonials. She is a senior.
Their first baseman, and she hopes to be able to drive that runner in from second.
There's the pitch, and that
And a
is
slow roller to the pitcher,
and
who makes quick work of that. So nothing comes. Pitcher versus pitcher.
Yep.
And the first pitch is low and outside for ball one
This
to
is-
Marissa DeFranco, who's been working hard all night,
Yep, she's been throwing strikes, and now she's at the plate.
looking for them.
Yep. Maybe this gives her an edge. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs.
You never know if there's a telepathy between the pitcher when she bats and the umpire.
Yep.
And it's a third ball.
Uh,
Last time she popped out, I know she wasn't happy with that.
yep.
She's looking for a fat pitch to drive here. No, she shows bunt.
And she walks her.
That was just to distract her from throwing the ball over the plate for the fourth ball.
Yep.
So Wood's up next.
Number 3.
And there's a timeout on the field here for a conversation. Shows bunt. And the runner at first doesn't go.
Yep.
And these two sets of coaches should know each other pretty well, as the head coach for TJ was an assistant coach last year. The head coach for Wakefield was an assistant coach last year.
And DeFranco goes to second. Oh, they.
And there's the error in covering third base costs the Colonials another run.
Yep.
Perhaps that's something he should have discussed on the mound.
Yep.
When they round second, they draw the shortstop in and the third baseman over, and there's no one to cover the bag to kick the throw. So it's easy for the runner to turn and come home.
Yep. And that makes it 6-0 for the Warriors with no outs.
And that has to rattle a pitcher who needs to come home with a strike.
Yep.
So 2 balls and 1 strike on this batter, Wood,
Maddie Wood.
and nobody on base now as the runner came home.
Here's the pitch.
Called strike. So we're 2 and 2.
Yep.
And a called strike. She thought it was inside, but the umpire called it, and she's out.
Batting the catcher, number 2, Taylor White.
Next is number 2, Taylor White, the catcher for the Warriors, hoping to add on to the lead that they have, 6-0 here at the top of the 7th.
And the first one is a strike. So 1 out. The last out was a strikeout for Zavella. And that one's high. So 1 and 1. I guess they don't think she's going to bunt. The first and third baseman are back playing more in the baseline.
Yep. Here's the pitch.
She looks back to see what the umpire is going to do. It's a little bit of a question. Some of those high ones he calls, some of them he doesn't. But that one he didn't. So 2 balls and a strike.
I've actually heard of a catcher who can trick an umpire into thinking that a ball might be a strike.
Well, every catcher wants to do everything she can to frame the pitch so that it gets the called strike for sure.
Yep.
So we're 3 and 1 here on Taylor White.
Yep.
And ball 4.
Taylor White walks.
4 jogs down to
Or
first base.
jogs.
And here's number 17, Bankhead.
Number 17, Kayla Bankhead.
Kayla Bankhead now batting with a runner on base and 1 out.
Houston.
And
She shows
she
bunt, and
bunts
she lays it down but
and-
foul. So almost nice, but a game of inches.
Yep.
So just a strike. Gives the ball to her, so 1-1.
Let the legs do the work.
Kayla Bankhead, a freshman for Wakefield, so she's got a lot of years to play for this team.
Yep. So she looks like she has a bright future ahead for her. And she hits that.
To shortstop.
And
Gets the lead runner.
yep.
So heads up play by the shortstop for the Colonials.
That makes it 2 outs for the Colonials, who are hoping not to give out another run so that they can make their comeback effort a bit easier.
So 2 outs and a runner on first. And up next, Jada Clark.
Yeah. And here's the pitch. And she
And
hits
it's stroked
that.
past the second baseman into right field. Bankhead is running to third and is held up there. The shortstop wisely runs at the lead runner.
Warriors have been doing that all night.
Gives her
to the
second
Colonials.
base.
Warriors have been doing that all day to the Colonials.
Taking that extra base. So in that particular case, you almost give the bag to the runner going to second, because when you throw to second, you know the runner's going to go home.
Yep.
Now batting number 26, Alexis Lopez.
So the Wakefield green-shirted coaches are consulting. Looks like they're going to have a pinch batter here.
Going back to number 21.
And
Now batting number 21, Kayla Shackelford.
Well, we have a pinch hitter in now, Kayla Shackelford, number 21.
Houston.
And she's a senior here.
Yep.
Could have seen the end of her season tonight, but it doesn't look like she's going to. Oops, ball in the pitch, nicely blocked by the catcher for the Colonials.
Yep. She doesn't want to make sure it gets past her, or else the runner on third might score.
That runner's not too far away. Another one low.
Ooh.
Another nice block by the freshman catcher from
Yep.
the Colonials.
There's the pitch. It's a high one. Making it ball 3. No strikes and 2 outs here for the Colonials. Here's the pitch. And
Called the
it's
strike on
just
the inside corner.
It's just inside for strike 1.
So we got 3 balls and 1 strike. Runners on second and third.
Yep. And
Swings
a
through it.
strike 2.
So Isabella went from way behind in the count to battled back to full count.
Full count with 2 outs here for the
John?
Colonials. That is 3 balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs.
And it's low and outside, so she will walk. Load up the bases.
It's the first time tonight that the bases have been loaded up for the Warriors, or in fact for either team.
So now El Calibe will have her chance.
For either a grand slam, which is possible. Never know what can happen in sports. There's the pitch.
It's a called strike. All the runners are leaving from their bases.
Yeah.
Dig deep, 19.
Whatever happens, they've got to be moving.
Electron.
Oh,
And she
it's
pokes
popped
it
up.
high to the
Can
left
he-
fielder, who is under it and makes the catch. And the pitcher will greet that left fielder in thanks.
And
She swings on the first pitch and the first out.
Warriors are now 2 outs away from advancing. Or Colonials can still make a comeback here. Just because it's a large lead doesn't mean they're out of the game.
So Lauren Berry is up. The left fielder who made the nice plays in the last inning.
Whoa.
And they're swinging back, and the ball is coming back straight toward us.
Yep. It's never fun when you think a ball's going to hit you, and those things aren't soft.
That's why you always have to bring your glove with you.
I've actually stopped bringing my glove to ball games because I never had time to juggle the food.
So it's 1-1 and 1 out here.
Yep.
In the bottom of the 7th.
It is 1-1-1. That is 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Make
And
that 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out.
DeFranco chuckles a little as she, even she got a little carried away on that one.
Yeah.
That's as much as she's made her catcher move tonight.
Yeah.
And a foul tip.
Yep.
So 2 balls and a strike to Holly Frank.
Number 8, Marissa DeFranco, the pitcher for the Warriors, is having quite a game. She's recording a shutout right now. She is 2 outs away from that, unless the Warriors could, the Colonials could probably spoil it. But right now is a full count with 3 balls and 2 strikes and 1 out.
And I'm sorry, correction to Lauren Berry.
Yeah.
She's going to look carefully at this one.
And that is...
She has still kept the Colonials still alive. Jumps it over the shortstop's head. And she's safe at first.
And there is a slimmer of hope for the Colonials.
25, Pooja Ratnasham.
And the substitution, Pooja Ratnasham for the Colonials in. Bats from the right-hand side. They're hoping she can have some magic for her team here late in the game.
Pitch.
And it's low and tight. Quick throw to first.
Yep.
The runner's back.
And the runner is safe.
And a swing through it.
Oh.
Another throw to first. Another safe. So the catcher is showing us that she knows how to make that quick, tight throw.
Yep.
Nicely fielded by the first baseman, who thankfully didn't have to be looking into the sun like she was the rest of the game. And called strike.
That is 2 strikes and 1 ball and 1 out.
And we see the second baseman going over and backing up that play at first wisely. And poke to third base. She's going to go to first for the easy. Advances the runner to second, but that's 2 outs.
Number 11, Molly Schindler.
The Warriors are 1 out away from closing this game out, and now the Colonials' hopes rest on
Molly Schindler.
number 11, Molly Schindler, a sophomore. Down by 6. Let's see what
Runner
happens.
at second, so there's still a chance. They called that
they
strike.
got another
He's calling
runner.
him on the inside corner there.
Yep. They got a runner on second in scoring position, but we'll see what happens.
And the catcher frames that nicely for the umpire, who gives her the strike. So 2 strikes now.
Marissa DeFranco, 1 strikeout away from a shutout.
And she has it.
And that's the game, folks. The Warriors win 6-0 over the Colonials and will advance to the next round.
Thomas Jefferson Colonials.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to both teams, and Wakefield will move on Wednesday night to the next game in the conference finals. This is Wendy LeBolt with
Chris Gustaferro signing out.
Thank you very much for listening.